today at the garden shop we want to show you one of our range of plant fertilizers that we have available on the website, and in this video it's the sulphate of potash. So here it is. Here it comes in a 1.5 kg carton. So I'll just show you really the packaging there. It's a J. Arthur Bohr's product. As I said, it's potash of sulphate, or sorry, sulphate of potash, which means it's a potassium based plant food. So we'll just turn it around now and just have a look at the back of the packet. And we have on the back is just how to use, uses, application advice, storage and general safety procedures with the product. So again, this is a sulphate of potash. It's what's called a straight fertilizer, meaning it only has one active ingredient in it, and in that case it's the potash, and that's potassium is the key nutrient that plants want. There is potassium. So what's the benefits and uses of it? Well, the uses of it, it's potassium is essential in plants for three different things. It's essential for flower development, it's essential then for fruit development, and it's finally essential for disease resistance in plants, for funguses and bacteria and even pests. The addition of having sufficient potassium in the ground and in the plants will keep them more resistant to a range of diseases that they're quite susceptible to. Okay, so that's why potassium is very important for plants. So that's it really. So knowing now that it's important for fruits and flower development, we can say that adding sulphate of potash to plants such as fruit plants, flowering plants, roses, tomato plants, fruiting bushes will all benefit from potassium, because again, potassium is there to stimulate and improve fruit and flower development. So that's the product. It can also be used in hanging baskets, in flower pots and other things just to boost flowering. So the advantages of it then really is because it's a straight fertilizer, it only has that one ingredient in it. Therefore you can add this to the soils just to get the exact balance of nutrients that you're looking for. And how you'd know that then is if you had something like this here, which is a soil test kit. And the soil test kit, which is also available on our website, thegardenshop.ie, has a pH test and also has tests for the three most important plant nutrients, which is nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. So here we have the last test here is the potassium test. If you find that your soil is deficient in potassium, then you would want to add sulphate of potash to your soil. So I would recommend that if you're going to grow fruit bushes or tomato plants, or you want to increase fruiting or flowering in your beds, I recommend that you do a soil test on it, test to see how your levels of potassium are. If you find they're low, then a product like this would be ideal to bring your soil back to its optimum levels. We also have, if you find that your soil is low in phosphorus, we also have a product here which is super phosphate. Again, this is a straight fertilizer, and again, this is perfect for increasing your phosphorus levels in your soil. So back to our sulphate of potash application rates then for something like this. You generally want to add about 35 grams per square meter, and 35 grams is roughly a handful of the product to a square meter of the soil. You can add it at the time of preparing your plots or after the plants have been planted in the ground. Anyway, when you're using it, it's recommended that you work it into the soil using a garden rake and work it down into the soil. So that's the product really. So the other advantages of it then, as I said, it's a straight fertilizer, it doesn't have nitrogen in it. So what you're getting then is you're getting a feed that's going to boost flowering and fruiting without leading to unnecessary foliage growth, which would be something that nitrogen can promote. So really this is a great product. It's fast acting, so you're going to get good results. And you have here a 1.5 kg carton of it, which will give you a good coverage. So that's it really, that's the product. It's sulphate of potash and it's available on thegardenshop.ie.